Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Mr. Cameraman, and today we're talking about Captain America: The Last Avenger. But before we get into it, let's just quickly discuss a few things. One, if you haven't already checked out Fan Film Fest, it is a huge event going on between May 25th and 27th. Sign-ups end on May 12th, so just a few days away. And if you want to sign up, you just have to fill out the form. It's in the description of every video, and sign up now because you don't have much longer. And yeah, let's jump into the video. Also, Fan Film Finder. If you have any fan films you want me to review, it's a form in the description of every video. This is one of the fan films found from Fan Film Finder. So fill out the form if you want me to review any fan films, and I'll get up to it eventually. Besides that, let's jump into the video. Alrighty, now we can talk about this thing. I will say, I was very excited when I first saw this on Fan Film Finder. I was like, oh wow, this thing looks good. And I will say, this fan film did not disappoint. This, I think, had a ton of potential. And I think it felt like one of those 42-ish minutes high quality fan films like Impulse or Sleepwalker, but right before the title card. Because the opening dark scene, the Crisis on Infinite Earths, that whole scene with Hawkeye, that was one of the best. I think this fan film overall just has incredible cinematography, but I think that scene alone, was probably one of the most visually impressive scenes I've ever seen in a fan film. I think that scene alone, did so many interesting things with the lighting, with the shots. I've never seen a fan film that has gone to do something like that, and I wish more were bold enough to do that, because it was such a fun scene. And I think this entire fan film really feels so good, and yet it kind of ends right before, it's good, and it sets up an interesting plot, but it doesn't pay it off. It shows the Winter Soldier killing, but we never meet the Winter Soldier. It's kind of like a fight scene, and then it's oh, here's a villain that we could meet, but we're not going to here. So it just feels like wasted opportunity almost. They started shooting this, and they're like, oh, we need to get this out. So they released it, and they're like, wait a second. There's not much of a plot here. But I think what is impressive is that this feels like some of those shorter fan films that don't have much of a plot but really want to set up a future project. And I will say, this does it very well. I will say pretty much every scene in this is extremely strong. I don't think there's a single scene I didn't like. I was fully invested all the way through. I think overall everything visually looked very good. The cinematography was incredible. The effects were incredible. I loved the shield throwing. That was very impressive. I've never seen the shield throwing done that well before in a fan film. I think the costume looked very good. I loved the gloves and boots. And overall, this fan film just looked so good. I love they were in San Diego for this, I believe, and the city is just so great for something like this. It gives, from someone who's from New York, it gives New York vibes. You get the vibes of New York, yet not fully, but close enough that I'm this is still very good. And I felt I was very invested throughout. I love the fight scene with Crossbones. I love the blood effects. I thought that was impressive. And I think overall the entire fighting of this entire fan film, I love the fight scenes in it. There were a few times the punches didn't feel like they landed, but overall I feel like all the fight scenes were very strong. So, yeah, I just loved all the fighting. I loved all the action. I loved all the cinematography. And I really wish I had more to say about it. I wish I could make a 10-minute review on this thing. But genuinely, there's not much for me to say. It is such a good fan film, but it ends too quickly. It's as I said, it's right before the title card. They don't go in. I love the Winter Soldier scene, but we don't do anything with it. We meet the Winter Soldier, and that's it. We get a little bit, and then we don't get anything else. And I love Captain America. I love his fight scenes. I love his suit. I love his cinematography. But we don't get any more of it. And even that opening of The Last Avenger, if this was a full fan film, then maybe it could do something spread out that opening scene throughout the entire film So it's like a mystery, almost like what happened. Even though we know he's the last Avenger, it could like show that scene spread out more. But I just think this film had so many opportunities, and it just kind of was like, let's push this out. Let's not let it breathe, and let's not let it be long enough. Like, I'm personally someone who loves longer fan films. I bet there's people who watch this and think it's incredible that it's so short. But there isn't a plot. Like, Winter Soldier and Captain America never meet. So it's pretty much like Captain America finding a gang, beating them up, and also knowing about a bigger villain, but we don't get anything else of it. If we were told this was like a web series and each week we're getting like another 10-minute slot of it, I think that would be a genius idea. But it's been like 2 months, I think. I don't think there's really ever going to be a second part to this coming out. So, like, I just don't get what the point of was getting this out so early then if they are going to release more. Like, it just feels like a lot of very odd decisions releasing it, and like the timing of everything. Like, it just didn't feel like if their goal was to make like a full-length fan film, then where's the rest of it? And if their goal was to make a short fan film, why not make it longer? So I just feel like it was a lot of like, my biggest criticism with this fan film is it's too short. Everything else about it I love. I love Captain America. I love all of the characters. I love the fights. I love the cinematography. But it just doesn't give any reason for it to be like top tier. Like, it just doesn't do anything. It doesn't do enough. So let's just go into 6 points. Directing was very good, as I said that. Editing also was very good. I loved the shield throwing, as I said. Acting, incredible. Story was... The only issue was the fact that it wasn't long enough. This could be like a 50-minute fan film, or like 40 minutes, and tell an incredible story of Winter Soldier and him fighting, and so many excellent fight scenes and stuff. But it doesn't, and that's where the story lacks. Choreography great, music great. I love this fan film. I just wish it could be longer. I wish it could really be as good as it could be. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.